will let Aziz from the village of Araqib to introduce himself. It will be followed by translation by the interpreter Munir, who thankfully joined us for this event. And then I will ask Ismail just to introduce himself briefly, and then we're going to move to the next part. Ismail.
أنا إسماعيل.
My name is Ismail.
من سكان العراقيب.
From Araqib village.
أبوي وجدي ولدوا في العراقيب.
My father and grandfather were born in Araqib.
عريق العراقيب.
It has a long history.
أيام العثمانيين.
Since the Ottomans.
جت دولة بريطانيا.
And then Britain came.
وإحنا في العراقيب.
And we stayed in Araqib.
أنا أشكر الحضور.
I would like to thank you
الموجود ونشكر
for your presence.
دوك يوم.
And I would like to thank Duke Yum, which is the Coexistence Forum.
the forum اللي دعتنا.
That have invited us
للمنتدى
to this conference
في بريطانيا.
in the UK.
نحضر اليوم.
To attend and speak today.
نقول ايش الوجع اللي عندنا.
To talk about our pain.
Thank you very much to Ismail. Ismail actually is 75-year-old and was born in the village of Araqib. And today I think he's going to tell us the story of living in the village even before the creation of the state of Israel in 1948. And now I will give the opportunity to Aziz to introduce himself.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Peace be upon you.
أنا عزيز صياح أبو نديغم ابن الشيخ صياح.
My name is Aziz Sayah Abundegem, the son of the leader of the village, Sheikh Sayah.
الذي يعاني الأمرين من سياسة دولة إسرائيل في منطقة العراقيب.
Who is suffering from the policy of the state of Israel in the area of Araqib.
وأنا أحد أعضاء لجنة العراقيب للدفاع عن أراضي العراقيب.
And I am a member in the Araqib committee, Araqib village committee to defend its lands.
شكرا للجميع.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Aziz and Ismail. And basically, after the next presentation, or the first presentation for today, will be by Yoav Winter, who will introduce us to the case of the Bedouin in the Negev, and to tell basically the brief introduction and background about what is the unrecognized villages and the situation of the Bedouin in the Negev. So Yoav Winter was amongst the founders and the activists of the group Ta'ayush, Arab-Jewish Partnership in Northern Israel. He has since been involved in the struggle of Arab-Israeli living in unrecognized villages and against human rights violations in Israel and the territories it occupies. Winter works as a linguistic and Oxford University. He translated to Hebrew a collection of George Orwell political essays. So, Yoav.
Thank you. Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank Ismail and Aziz for making the long trip for me to here this evening. I would like to thank Amnesty International for helping with the organization of this evening, the exhibition. I would like to extend especially warm thanks to Sylvia Borin, who made it all happen. And of course, thank you for coming here. In the next 20 minutes or so, hopefully it will not be much longer. Yeah.
Can you get the next session?
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah. In the next 20 minutes or so, hopefully it will not become half an hour, I will try to give you some very brief introduction to the problem that we call the problem of the unrecognized villages, the unrecognized Arab villages in Israel. As you can see in the title of this talk, it's actually a much broader problem of the conflict between the Zionist movement and the native Palestinian people of Palestine, the struggle that is basically an ethnic struggle about land. The struggle is going on in different fronts. The fronts that we are talking about today is the front within Israel. between the state of Israel and its Arab citizens about their land. Now, we will talk especially. I'll say a few words about the ongoing struggle of Araqib that has been recently in the headlines. But I will try more to give. I will try to let our guests tell the story from their point of view. And I will try to give more about the background. Now, I'm speaking here as a representative of both the Negev Coexistence Forum for Civil Equality and of the Dar al-Hanun Committee. Dar al-Hanun is another unrecognized village in the north of Israel, and I will say about a few words about it in a moment. Now, let us first ask the question of what is an unrecognized village. When we talk about an unrecognized village in Israel, we are talking basically about a village that was traditionally inhabited by indigenous Arabs, Palestinians. We find different terminologies for how you call the native people of Palestine. Some of them would identify as Bedouin, some as Palestinian, some as Arab. But we talk about Arab-speaking communities who have been the natives of Palestine for hundreds of years before the Zionist movement came there. And we are talking about villages that are within the 48 borders of Israel. That means that we are talking about people who live in villages and they are citizens of the state of Israel. And third, we are talking about villages that the state of Israel defines as illegal. So these three characteristic traditional villages that have been there long before sometimes the foundation of the state of Israel, citizens, people who are at least nominally on paper, they are citizens of the state of Israel, and the state of Israel considers those villages as illegal. What does it